in December of this year, we're going to have King of the Table 13, which not only there will be the match of Levan Saginashvili versus Jerry Carteret, which is already a huge matchup, but we're also going to have Brian Shaw's professional debut on the sport of arm wrestling, on where he'll be facing Eddie Hall in a 6-round matchup. And as we know, Brian has just entered the sport, and he has really made progress. Like, if we put out a comparison of Brian arm wrestling before he started and after, we'll see that he really has catch up to the technique. But on the other hand, we have Eddie Hall, who already has pulled Brian when they both weren't training for arm wrestling. And on that time, Brian has got the win on Eddie. And because of that, and also having in mind that Brian is much more technical than when they last pulled, people think Brian will just run through Eddie. Although, Devon has just recently updated us about Eddie's arm wrestling training status. Take a look.
Do you think Eddie will take the match seriously enough, or is it just watch? I don't think it matters.
I think he'll take it seriously.
I think he's taking it seriously. Neil's got him. He's under Neil's tutelage. They're working hard.
He'll show up good. It's just,
yeah.
I think Brian's too big.
I think so too. I think it could be good. Look at Eddie Hall's an incredible athlete, really good. I hope he surprises us. It's just that we all have Brian Shaw like way up here now. Like, I think everybody who looks at Brian, worked with Brian, we all think he's just... Obviously, Eddie Hall is too.
As we heard there from Devon, he said that Eddie is training with Neil. That, for those of you who don't know, Neil is a 3-time arm wrestling world champion. Like, we all know him by his announcing and his commentary of the sport, but there was a time that he used to compete, and he was pretty good at it. And something funny is that around 4 years ago, Eddie has dropped a arm wrestling training video with Neil, on where Neil really teaches him about styles, about technique, but I believe that due to Eddie's lack of practice, the knowledge that Neil passed might have not stick with him. Although, apparently Eddie and Neil are back together again, to have Eddie prepared to take on Brian. So if you ask me, that's actually pretty cool. Like, pretty much everybody's seeing this match as being too easy for Brian. But having Eddie training the technique seriously, especially with someone like Neil, may give us a pretty interesting match.